hillsborough.com.
And we're back here in studio. We got Dr. Scott Anderson in studio with us, and we are going to be talking about holiday depression and ways to combat that, what you can do to be a good supportive friend, family member, and why that happens, what happens around this holiday season. Before we do, just a couple of hot listings here from the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got a property at 15900 Oak Crest Circle. This one is in Brooksville, Florida. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. Got a 3-car garage here. Large living area with a brick fireplace, sliding glass doors that open up to a tranquil patio. And backyard. It's a wooded backyard, beautiful property in Brooksville. You know what I like about those areas around Brooksville is you get larger home, you get a larger lot, and just seems like just a nice area to be. Beautiful property, Oak Crest Circle, Brooksville, Florida. A great opportunity to buy real estate here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We also have a property in St. Petersburg at 3864 50th Avenue South. 50th Avenue South, complete renovation, beautifully renovated property. The owners have put some great work into the updates, and it's a beautiful flooring. I love the center island there, stainless steel appliances, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2-car garage, 1659 square feet, 3864 50th Avenue South in St. Petersburg. Completely remodeled home, screened-in back patio, and you're block away from the recently renovated Maximo Marina and the famous Tiki Docks. And you can see all of our listings online at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Dr. Scott Anderson, tell us a little bit more about what you're seeing out there, my friend. Holiday depression, SAD, is a problem right now.
Yeah, seasonal affective disorder is what that stands for, SAD. It is the season, and I generally say the season, meaning right around Thanksgiving through New Year's is generally when seasonal affective disorder here in Florida takes place, as well as in the Midwest where it gets darker and kind of gloomy, snow, and the weather isn't sunny and filled with light. So seasonal affective disorder has basically what it is, it's got symptoms to it, like depression. They call it seasonal depression. Fatigue, depression, insomnia, mood swings, apathy, kind of a loss of diminished capacity for pleasure, irritability, sometimes loss of weight or appetite, and insomnia. Basic symptomology of depression, anxiety. But it happens seasonally, and there's a reason for that because there's a catalyst to it. And the catalyst is the additional stress and anxiety that comes along with the holiday season.
Right.
In particular, you're going to be around old family members, and that may be good or bad, mostly bad sometimes. You got the seasonal shoppers, you have all the people, seasonal snowbirds in town, so the traffic, the undue stress and anxiety that's associated, financial issues because you're spending all your money trying to get presents and all that other good stuff for the kids. So there's all kinds of additional stress that isn't there during the normal part of the year. And that acts as a catalyst to kind of push people into that depressive state.
Right.
Some of the underlying causes that would probably trigger or why people get sad is because they've had traumatic childhood. Old dysfunctional family patterns. And now this time of year, they remember that stuff.
Right.
I was just talking to a friend of mine, and she said that this time of year she has to have family, and sometimes the family's estranged. And she said that was putting a lot of stress on her, and it was difficult, and that was, kind of makes you sad, and has there's issues that go along with that. So this time of year, remembering those old dysfunctional family dynamics, and then the other parts that are more relatable are sometimes people are separated from people because of death, or maybe because they've moved out of state. So that makes these times very sad because it's supposed to be for family and friends and celebration. So when you're away from those people, it's very difficult. Also, you have divorce, and that means that the kids you may not have this year. Maybe get them every other year, every other holiday. So that's very difficult for people to deal with, having that. and that's kind of like a loss.
Yeah, the rotating schedule. I mean, that's a challenge for people. And you mentioned too, and it's interesting because I remember Tony Robbins back in '09. I went to one of my first experiences was a UPW event, and then I followed up to went to a business mastery. But he talked about how this magical flu season comes about, right? Yeah. But it's all the stuff that you were just mentioning.
Yeah.
You got longer, darker days, colder temperatures. People are stressed out. People are financially burdened. They're missing the person that died, and they had their last Thanksgiving with them.
Depression and anxiety is positively correlated with lowered immune systems, which again exacerbate the cold and flu season.
Right.
People aren't exercising. They become isolated, sedentary, depression.
Yeah, overeating.
Absolutely.
All that together, there's your flu season.
Using drugs and alcohol. Exactly.
There's your flu season. That's why it is a flu season. It's not this magic, you got to get your vaccines and all these things. No, it's common sense in a lot of ways, but it's, like they say,
it's
right?
Diminished healthy lifestyle, and then that leads to sickness.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
mental instability.
Yeah, exactly, man. If you just joined us, folks, we're talking with Dr. Scott Anderson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And Dr. Scott, tell us a little bit about Share the Love Charities, because I know we've got a golf event coming up as well we wanted to promote.
Yeah, Share the Love Charities is a charity that we started because there's a lack of funding for mental health and substance abuse. Insurance companies simply don't cover the treatment part per se. They'll cover detox, residential, medical labs, medical necessity stuff, but the actual treatment and getting better part, they don't cover. So a lot of people, approximately 67% of people that do want help for substance abuse and mental health don't have the financial capacity to get it, even though they want it. So there's a huge need for funding, and we're one of the only charities that fund for specifically mental health and substance abuse. And the funding goes immediately to scholarships to fund people to get them, a hand back up and get them reinstated with their license, to get through DUIs, to get reunited with families, to go through substance abuse treatment, or to stabilize mentally so they can work and be productive and have that dignity and respect of their family again.
Yeah, I mean, man, that's a great cause. So we've got a golf tournament coming up. Share the Love Charities, Dr. Scott Anderson, golf event coming up.
January 19th. And I love the guys over at Plantation Palms. I told them I'd give them a shout out because Jesse and Tom over there are fantastic. And it is an incredible golf course. It's been recently redone. It's absolutely fabulous. If you're a golfer, you'll love it. Plus, for the event, they've been gracious enough to for the kids to have a putt-putt there as well. So the kids have activities and fun stuff to do while they're there. And instead of I think it was $15 or $20 for a special, they're offering it to our golfers for $5 all day during the event. That way, if you've got kids, there's no reason to not come. Get them, out there on the putt-putt and having fun and stuff. Plus, for the golf tournament, for the fee that we charge, I believe it's $130. That includes food, drinks, a banquet, and the golf course. Like I said, Jesse over there, fantastic. He gave us one free for each golfer, one free greens fee. Okay. Which is $60, $70. So, I mean, for all of that, for $130. Plus, we've got all kinds of great events. We have some professional golfers coming. We've got some of the Bucks players that have committed.
Nice.
They haven't signed exactly just yet, but they will be there. Hockey. So we've got a good group of people coming.
I love it. So that's going to be on January 19th, the golf event. And if you want more information, Plantation Palms, that's Land O'Lakes. Reach out to the show hotline. We'll put you in touch with Dr. Scott Anderson, 727-263-3707. Just call or text if you'd like info. And we'll give out a URL here in a moment, 727-263-3707 and consumerqb.com. And is there a URL, a website in place?
Yeah, it's sharethelovecharities.org.
Okay, sharethelovecharities.org. and we're coming into our next break here, but we're gonna hold Dr. Scott over to the next segment. We're gonna talk more with him as well. We're gonna analyze holiday depression. What can we do about it? How can we help others? And more coming up as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 and then at CQB Show on Instagram. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.